Welcome everybody. It is finally Friday for this week, and oh man, it has been so hot this week, and it's only going to get hotter next week. So I'm standing over here in the shade, and we're back out here on the farm project. Got little Tamaguchi behind me back here, and we had a problem, and I want to go through it really quick. I made a mistake with something, and I want to kind of just walk you guys through it real quick so you guys don't make the same mistake and have problems down the road, and just kind of go through that really quick. A big part of this channel is me screwing up and you guys learning from it. So let's take a look at what we got really quick. I'll show you guys what happened, why it happened, how we fixed it, and then we'll go do some mulching. All right, got a little Tamaguchi here, and we got the THQ mulcher on it. And last time I was here, I noticed some oil leaking out from inside this cavity here, where the motor goes. So the motor, this thing doesn't have a belt like my other mulcher on my Kubota. The motor interfaces directly into the drum through here. There's a bearing in here, and that interfaces directly into the drum. So I noticed some oil leaking out in here. Thought maybe I might have a loose fitting. Opened everything up, and I saw oil coming out from around here. And that always means you've got a blown seal in your motor. And the motor only had like 10 hours on it or something like that. And I was like, man, there's no way I've already blown the seal. Something and if you blow a seal, usually that means something bad something's gone screwy. And because the seals should last a long time. So when I first took this thing up, I turned the machine on, and we had this running on the hammer function on the computer. And the hammer function usually is always one way. So I thought the machine, because it was on hammer mode, was in one-way flow. So that means you've got pressure coming down through here, going to the motor, and it's free flowing back on the return side, just free flowing back to the tank. No problems. Well, it wasn't in one way, it was in two ways. So that means there's pressure coming this way, but this side, even though there's no hydraulic fluid coming back into the motor, the line itself is still pressurized. It has pressure in it. So it's kind of like trying to pee, standing in a river peeing upstream. So oil's coming in here and it's trying to fight that pressure going back to the tank, and that builds up pressure inside the motor, and eventually the seal inside the motor will blow. And the seals are designed in the motor to blow, so you can just replace them so the whole motor just doesn't blow up inside there, or crack or grenade or whatever you want to call it. That can cause real issues. So did some digging with this, with the dealer and everything, and found out this is the one-way switch. So on my Kubota, I have a little switch there as well. I'm sure you guys are familiar with the channel, you've seen it. I can turn that little switch and turn the Kubota into one-way or two-way. Well, this one has one too, and it's right here. So I finally figured that out, and so now we're going to be using this as our one-way switch when we run the mulcher. So let me go show you guys the motor over here real quick. Got it sitting over here. And I didn't film me fixing this. This was kind of an ordeal. So what had to happen here was I got this screw right here off, no problem, but I couldn't get this off. And it's got a tapered fitting underneath there, and I could not get this thing to come off. So I went to Owen Steel, and they hooked me up with this little thing, which is designed to pop off tapered fittings. So you just unhook this thing, and then it just clamps right in here, and you tighten it, and it boop, pops off. So underneath there, right inside there, is a snap ring, and underneath it is a 2-layer rubber seal that had just blown out. And so I had to dig all that out. I got the seal kit. The factory sent me a new seal kit. I dug all the old seals out. That was a pain in the butt, but I got them out. And mostly it was a pain in the butt because I really didn't know what I was doing. So I was kind of just trying different things to get them to come out because they're really wedged in there. They're real tight. But got all that out, got the new seals in, got the snap ring back in, got this thing all put back together. So I'm gonna put the motor back in. All we have to do, I'll show you guys really quick. Pick up my motor here. So all we have to do is just align the motor back in there, get it to go back in. Oh, there it goes. And then I got 4 little Allens to just pop in real quick, 1, 2, 3, 4, tighten them up, put the cover back on, or actually tighten those up, put the hydraulic lines back on, and we're good to go. So that's what we're gonna do. I'll get this hooked back up and we're gonna go mow some ditches. So just want to go through all that with you. It's very, very important when you are running a mulcher on an excavator to make sure you are in one way. Yeah, I thought I was in one way flow and I wasn't, and I paid the price for it. So, but we got it fixed. Let's get her done. Okay guys, here's the ditch. One of the ditches we got to do, it goes there and then kind of continues on now down that way, and then we got another ditch that cuts back that way along the impoundment, and then I need to get around the pond. And this is the other side of the big ditch you guys saw me do about, I don't know, month, 6 weeks ago, 2 months, I don't know. It's already an overgrown mess again, such as the jungle called South Carolina. So we'll have to recut all that again as well. So all right, let's fire up this THQ. And again, if you like what you're seeing with this Bad Mama Jamma little mulcher here, you can always call my friends over at CCE Equipment. They're a full line dealer of all this awesome TMC Kinsella equipment. Mini excavators, full size excavators, skid steers, mini skids, PTO tractors. If you've got something that can run a mulcher, we got a mulcher for it. So I love this little THQ on this 3.5 ton. It's way better than that brush cutter I had been running out here for these ditches. It's so much lighter. It's faster, it's quicker, it leaves a way better finish. You don't gouge into the ground as much. I just absolutely love it for doing these ditches. So let's grab the tripod, set you up guys down there, and we'll start doing some time lapsing and make these ditches look good. looks like I have hit another yellow jacket's nest. It's right there, a hole in the ground, and they came out all very not happy. So luckily the GoPro wasn't anywhere, on the tripod wasn't anywhere near that thing, so that was good. And they're not coming after the machine, swarming the machine, but I have a feeling if I got out, they would probably come after me. It seems like they get a lot more territorial in the fall. Like when it gets cold and you mess with them, oh, they are not happy. But that's the second one I've hit this summer. I hit one last week on that other little backyard job. And I mean, they came out and swarmed a little bit, but they didn't come after the machine or anything like that. So I don't know. Maybe they're just a little bit more docile in the summertime. I don't know. But in the fall, if you mess with them in the fall, oh, it's game on, buddy. They will come after you. Why? I don't know. Oh, can you guys see that? Oh, kinda. Let me, here we go. We're kind of down in, this is a narrow little ditch here. I'm just trying to put the mulcher right down into the bottom of it, kind of clean out that bottom as best I can. I love this little THQ. I absolutely love this little mulcher. This thing right here is absolutely the bee's knees on this 3.5 ton machine. It is awesome. Ever since we hooked this thing up, I have loved this little mulching head. Especially for doing these ditches and this brushy stuff. Oh my gosh, it's so much better than a brush cutter. So much better than a brush cutter. And it doesn't throw stuff everywhere. Keeps everything nice and clean. Leaves a beautiful finish on the ground. Mulches everything. Chews this grass up really nice. Chews it up a lot better than the brush cutter did too. Doesn't get the machine all messy. That brush cutter would just throw stuff all over this machine every time I would mow these ditches, just make a mess out of this machine. So it's been really nice, and it's a lot lighter too. This mulching head is so much lighter than that brush cutter too, so I can just move it around and manipulate this machine so much faster than I could with the brush cutter too. It's just, everything about it is just better. Everything about it is just way, way better. I got this little ditch to do. It's about 150 yards, I think. Something like that. And then we got one other small ditch that tees off of this one we got to do. And it goes about, I think it's like 300 yards, but it's really small. There's not much to it. It's a really small little ditch. Smaller than this one. So I think it should go, and we only have to do one side of it basically. So I think it'll go pretty quick. Yeah, you guys can see the mulcher. Just wanted to check my GoPro there. And this little Takeuchi, luckily, has got a ton of reach on it. It's a long arm version, so I can reach across this ditch and basically get the other side too, which is nice. I don't have to come back around on the other side and clean it up. Chewing right along, making good progress. I got the big ditch done yesterday, which was great. Got that done. And yeah. Hard to keep the GoPro going for the time lapses. We're in a heat dome right now, and the heat index, depending on where you're at in South Carolina, is somewhere between yesterday and today has been somewhere between 105 and 115. So it has been really hot. So if the GoPro is not in the shade, it does not last very long as far as filming goes. Because that sun beats down on it and it just overheats and then it shuts itself off. Turning out well. Love this little mulcher, I really do. I mean, I don't BS anybody. If I don't like something, I'll let you know about it. And I wasn't a huge fan of that brush cutter, I won't lie to you. I mean, it did the job, but I wasn't a huge fan of it. But this mulcher, oh man. TMC knocked it out of the park with this little thing. Knocked it out of the park. I mean, it's not even bogging down going through this stuff. That brush cutter would bog down bad too. Going through this thicker stuff, this thing right here just doesn't even register. It just chews it right up. Got a log down there. So we'll keep on keeping on. I'm getting ready to hit this little tee off right here on the ditch, and then we just got to keep going on a little bit further down, about another 100 yards, and this ditch will be done, and we'll start the other one and hopefully get this done today. right, that is the job for now. Got that ditch back there along that tree line done, and then got this one done as well. It tees off of that one, comes down here, and then feeds into this big ditch. This is the last one I got to do, but I'm gonna have to come back for it. I got to go get another job started with the skid steer and the Mini, so I'm gonna pick up the skid steer in the morning. But we got to come back and do this big ditch as well. But yeah, little talk did good. We just got it back from the owner, just got it back from the shop. I dropped it off for him, and they fixed a few things on it, got it serviced up, and man, I absolutely just love this THQ for this 3.5 ton machine. This thing right here, it's awesome for these ditches. It's so much better than that brush cutter. It's lighter, it's faster. Man, it just kicks butt. And these teeth are still pretty sharp. I haven't even sharpened these teeth. I don't know how many hours. They probably got 12 hours at least on them, maybe more, 12, 15 hours. And they are still very, very sharp. They could probably use a little sharpening, but I mean, they're still getting the job done at all, you know, no problem. They're definitely not blunt by any means. So this thing just kicked butt in here. And I actually kind of like the smaller one. This is the 20-inch cut. TMC also has a 75, which is a 30-inch cut, which is the same size that's on my Kubota for these 3.5 ton to 4 ton size machines as well. And but I like this little bit smaller head for these ditches, a little more nimble to kind of go down in there and clean that stuff up. But yeah, that thing right there is, if you've got a 3.5 ton machine and you're looking to get into mulching, this thing, dude, I love this thing. If I didn't like it, I would just be like, I would send it back. Like, I'm not messing with it. I absolutely just, this thing's awesome. I wish that I could have gotten something like this when I first got into business, and I had my old John Deere 35 D 3.5 ton John Deere. It was open cab, but I just would have put a plexiglass windshield on the front and fabbed that up, and I would have gone into mulching immediately, because this thing's only like, I think retail on this thing's like 14 or something like that, 15. I could have made that work easily for something like this, because it just would have made me money hand over fist doing jobs, and just would have made me instantly versatile right off the bat with my business. So, but nobody made anything like this back then, back in 2019. So I'm glad that they do now, because a lot of guys can really, if they're in the landscaping game and they've got one of these little 3.5 ton to 4 ton machines, you can get into dipping your toe into the mulching pretty easily with something like this, and be able to do a lot of cool stuff. And I like it way better than the brush cutter, because it just doesn't throw stuff everywhere. I'm keeping everything very contained here with the machine. The machine doesn't get all torn, thrown. That brush cutter would throw stuff all over this machine. So I love this thing. So all right, more stuff to come. We're going to be back out on a job tomorrow, so stay tuned for that. I'm gonna go pick up the skid steer, and then we got to bring the Mini X out there as well. Probably doing that on Wednesday. So stay tuned, much more to come, and I'll catch you guys later. Bye, everybody.